Living a life on Bayang. Girl, living crazy. Oh, oh, oh. I'm here to talk about the Bayang. Talking about the Bayang. Oh, oh. I'm here to talk about the fire monster and her Bayang. Girl, living crazy. Oh, oh, girl. Y'all ain't gonna believe me, so I can't even. I got to start off with this, honey. Hold on. I got to start off just like this, baby.
Mad girl. They so mad with teeth, without teeth. He looking better than you.
Y'all listen. Y'all listen before we start today's session.
Speaking of Tim, let's get right into it. Also tonight in the news, Tim and Tita are fighting. It's very unfortunate. Two people who were able to overcome drug addiction. Okay. First of all, baby, I don't even want to know what that's like.
You don't know. Let me remind you what it's like, girl, since you don't know what it's like. Miss FYEMONSTER, did you really drag your nasty black ass on here fucking with me again about somebody else's? Ain't you got enough content, girl? Ain't you tired, man? Okay, we got to go back over your drug addiction again, girl. You said you can't even imagine what that's like. Just think back a couple of days, girl, or was it just last night? If that doesn't help you remember what it's like, Miss FYEMONSTER, I want you to go back, pull out your checkbook, girl. Pull out your bank book, and I want you to go through that damn bank book. And I want to ask you to ask yourself, girl, now, what did I do with the $20,000 from the event that never happened? Because those monies were returned by the federal government when I ripped them off for a PPP loan, right? It was never intended for refunds for events that I have failed at, right? But I want to ask myself, where is that money? When I got these loans, right? Apparently, I ripped off the government for several different relatives, some of which are currently doing life sentences in prison. Now, what kind of business is he running in there? What happened to that money? And what happened to the other? What was it? Another 30,000 I got from my mother, filing her name, and all these names that I got all this money from. I want you to ask yourself, the FYEMONSTER, what happened to that money? And then all of these fools that I've been able to cultivate and trick out of their money, they give me money, sometimes $1,000 in one day. What happened to all that money? And then I want to say, well, listen, I see here I bought a car, but all I gave him was $300 for the down payment. I gave him I gave him $400 for the down payment. Why am I financing cars if I have got 20,000 and 30,000 and 15,000 and I got all these thousands, girl? Why do I have to finance this car then? Right? So I want you to ask yourself, the FYEMONSTER, since I'm collecting all this money and making a fool of all these people, what happens to all that money? The only way I can know you can spend that kind of money, girl, without acquiring anything of any real value, since the people are buying you everything on your body, including your I don't know why they call it a phosphor. They ain't no phosphor. That's just like a pillow, honey. The little fake fur thing. I guess somebody found it on Amazon. You buying furs off of Amazon now, right? Amazon $60. So that's what's the impressive. So I want you to stop for a minute here, and I want to celebrate Miss Rita, because Miss Rita was able to do a skit on the FYEMONSTER, which encapsulated her greed very clearly. Now, she was being humorous and funny, right? But when she starts showing that girl opening these boxes, oh, look what y'all got me. Oh, we gonna make her mad, girl. We gonna make her mad. Oh, look what I got on this box. Oh man, oh girl, they starting to get mad now. Y'all better send some more. Y'all better send. I never be mistake, girl. What she caught was your greed. So a lot of people are saying, the Fire Monster, since you said you have not purchased anything, you financed the damn car, you had not moved into no house. All we want to know, did you finance that light up couch too? What about the new love seat you've added to this? You couldn't just leave well enough alone. You went and bought another piece now. So now you got two pieces of hot leather plastic furniture in your living room, right? They light up on the bottom. Did you finance that as well, Miss Fire Monster? So what we're asking you, since you are not a drug addict, what in the hell is happening to that money? Now, baby, I know about dope. You have a lot to say. We're going to get back to the film in a minute. About dope, right? I know you can go through a whole lot of money doing drugs, girl. So what we're going to do, we're going to spend this video talking about that bayang. The bayang. Oh. Yeah, that same bayang, girl. That same bayang that had you riding around the streets at a high speed around the streets of Chicago, girl, until the police were somehow able to stop you without shooting you in your goddamn head because you were an erratic, drug-addicted woman flying around the streets, paranoid, thinking, oh, they after me because they thought you had murdered their friend and their family member, girl, right? That bayang, right? We're talking about the same bayang girl who had a judge, a sitting judge, said this thing needs to be, first of all, when the cops arrested you, they put you immediately into a mental institution, correct? Because you're obviously so far out of your mind. Now, how do you get out of your mind? Taking Tylenol? I mean, how does a person get so far out of their mind that on the spot, the police can determine that she needs to be locked away in a mental institution? And when she finally drags her black ass to in front of the judge says, you have to complete a drug program. Now, I'm trying to ask you, the Fire Monster, since you can't even imagine what it's like doing all that drugs, girl. What sitting judge? How long will he even be a judge if he's sending people who are not drug addicts to drug program? It doesn't make any goddamn sense, correct? But you have a very short memory, right? So I'm going to try to help you and remind you. But first, I want to hear a little bit more of this. I want a little bit more taste. Let me get a little bit more taste.
Okay. But you got two people who both overcame a...
Oh, shut up, girl. Let's go on.
Shit. Now, I'm a hood chick.
But stop it there. Wait a minute. Hold on. I need a definition. She says that she is a hood chick. Hold on. Maybe we need to get a little bit more taste of that, honey. That's good right there. Girl, that'll preach. That piece right there will preach, bitch. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait. Wait a minute.
Characteristics of those drugs are usually...
Wait a minute. I want to hear about what she's telling us about.
That's what it is. I grew up in the hood.
Okay.
So I know all about cooking and all that. I know all about turning it from foul to the hard and all that. Okay, get into it.
Wait a minute, honey. My mama don't know nothing about no turning no powder to hard, honey. She goes on to say, first of all, she's a hood chick. I need a definition. What is a hood chick, girl? Is this a person who is just the family just poor and they just live in a ghetto in a bad neighborhood? No, that's not how you describe a hood chick. A hood chick is part of the community of the hood, right? So you are born and raised in the hood. You said out of your mouth, you a hood chick. You seen it turn from powder to rock, right? Now I'm trying to ask you, the nice little girls who just go to school every day, girl, and come home and wash their mama feet. Are those girls privy to how cocaine is turned into rocks? Hood chick. She's a hood chick. She knows how to turn powder cocaine to rocks, right? Oh, let us not forget that the father of her child, wasn't he a notorious drug dealer in Chicago? Some of the hardest slums in Chicago. Isn't Chicago, doesn't it have one of the highest murder rates in the whole country, basically because a lot of drugs and drug transactions are transacted there. A lot of times gangbangers have control of the drugs, and therefore there's a lot of killing and carrying on, right? And she's a hood chick. And she done hooked up with a hood man. And that's her, what they call, they don't bother with husbands or wives. They just a baby mama and baby daddy. That's the baby daddy. She came on here and she said, wait a minute. According to her brother, her own family member, that her mother was a prostitute. She lives in the hood. She's a hood chick. Her brother is a convicted murderer. Convicted enough where they would lock him away forever, so he couldn't be too innocent, right? Her other brother, he works identity theft, right? So he has no doubt been in and out of jail all his life as well. We don't know who else is living in the house, girl, but more than likely they're in and out of jail too, right? So she has always been in a drug culture. She has married a man, not married him, hooked up with a man who has impregnated her. He was a drug dealer. So what did he do? So all the drug people come around, everybody's on drugs, everybody's on dope. Well, she's sitting around in the corner reading a book. Oh, I'm just reading my book. Oh, I'm just a reading hood chick. Miss FYEMONSTER, you hideous beast. We haven't even gotten to you yet, girl. I want to hear some more. Come on. Come on, baby. Matter of fact, let me get my stereo going. I got a stereo. I got myself a stereo system which will amplify this noise.
Now, a lot of people who ended up on that shit ended up on it from cooking it.
Oh.
From the fumes.
The fumes.
Any dealers in the house tonight, stand up. And you know, it's a huge market for people that know how to turn it from soft to hard.
Really? A huge market. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute, baby. Hold on.
And
hold on, honey.
You will see them when they cook it.
You would see them when they're cooking. Y'all know we got to go back and get that piece again. Hold on, man. I got to turn this thing on. This is my sound system, but it won't come out right. You got to turn the other sound down, right?
They don't have their faces and shit covered up. They don't want them fumes to get in their nose.
Turn that sound down.
And their blood, and then they got a taste for some crack. They don't want to have no taste for no crack. So that's just lets you know that not everybody starts soft. No, everybody don't wake up and say, "Oh, I want to do crack."
Okay.
But who told on them? And you're mad that somebody told on your drug dealer? One of you bitches told on them. Oh, we tracking, but it wasn't us though.
Let me hear about the part about you. You were in this factory, girl. Where
it hurt to me to sell anything, girl.
Oh man, y'all know I ain't good at right ball.
All of us.
I had all these customers all of a sudden fascinated by drugs and about who stuff.
How am I getting? I don't know. Lost the damn spot.
The crack fiend and a heroin addict, both of.
Now, a lot of people who ended up on that shit.
Pay attention.
From cooking it.
From
the fumes.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on, baby. Did y'all? And the dealers in the house. Y'all happy? Miss Thing, did y'all watch New Jack City? Have y'all watched any movie that involves the a drug trade or drugs in the ghetto? Right. They always have the women cooking the dope, right? And preparing the drugs. And what do? They take all their clothes off. So they take all their clothes off so they won't steal any of the drugs, because when they're dealing with all this dope, it gets into their pores and they can get hooked on crack or on cocaine because of this, right? This is not common knowledge for most people, but let me tell you something. Her boyfriend or her baby daddy is a well-known drug dealer. She's talking about the manufacturer of drugs.
Tonight, stand up. And you know, it's a huge market for people that know how to turn it from soft to hard.
No, it ain't no damn huge market. A huge market is real for technology. It is a huge market. A huge market, FYEMONSTER, Girl, it's only a huge market to you crackheads, girl. So you're saying that when you were with Leon, you were getting butt naked and you were handling his drugs because that's how you made a living. That's how you paid the rent on that dive you're sitting in right now, right? You're telling me that this is how you initially got hooked? Because no, that is not a big market, girl. No. They got more of a market for Uber drivers. But in your world, since you a hood chick, yes, it was a big market among your 50 people. Come on, girl. If I get to my commentary.
Out to crack,
Mm-hmm.
to a rock, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see them when they cook it.
Mm-hmm.
When they cook it.
You will see them. You will see them when they're cooking. Now, who in the hell has got somebody in the room when these people are cooking crack? She said you will see them when they're cooking. And she says that just by breathing the fumes, you get hooked on crack. So they got to take all your clothes off, but strip your butt naked so you won't steal none. Continue, Fine Monster. Bury your own ass. Then we're going to do a little verse of Bayang, and then we're going to get back to you.
They don't have their faces and shit covered up because they don't want them fumes to get in their noses, in their bodies, in their blood, and then they got a taste for some crack.
Could we do this without the dark shades? I mean, it is the middle of the daytime. The Fine Monster. Dark shades in your dark ass apartment. Make it make sense, girl.
You want to have no taste for no crack.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just lets you know that not everybody starts soft. No, everybody don't wake up and say, "Oh, I want to do crack." No, some people get hooked because they cooking or they.
How did you get hooked? That's what we want to know, girl. How did that Bayang enter into your life, and how did you go through $100,000 in 1 year, accumulating absolutely nothing but an ugly old plastic couch? How in the hell did you not have money to send those people back $10,000? That means you went through the whole 100 grand, girl, right? Explain that to us if it does not involve drugs. Explain how a man would feel so comfortable with you that he would actually walk up to you in a supermarket with a child at hand. We can assume that since that is a child, you would be holding her hand or having her very close to you, certainly in earshot. How would he feel so comfortable to say, we need to go home and play in each other's ass? That's the way you talk to crackheads. You don't talk to mothers that way. Nigga. You don't talk to strangers, girl, unless you know that this kind of verbiage, girl, will be acceptable to that particular person, right? And wasn't that person a drug dealer as well? Didn't that person have a relative in your building who also dealt in drugs? They were all drug dealers, from starting criminals from your mama to your daddy to that nigga in the alley from your doctor when you needed it. This thing, everybody in your household, everybody in your family is either in drug trade or drug addicts. Most of them probably addicts as well. They're all are in drugs. Every time you've ever ventured to try to have a man, they're also been drug dealers, right? You're what you call a do-girl, right? And my suspect is you took a lot of that money these people keep giving you because they're so stupid, girl. A lot of that money, girl, went to supplying this nigga who approached you in the supermarket, girl, and want to play in your ass, right? But you won't admit to nothing, right? It's always, oh, some people do this and some people do that. And what about you, Miss Thing? Do you know how easy it is to be shot, killed in Chicago? Why would you be running the police around Chicago, girl, in a high-speed chase? This is you, the Fine Monster. Explain all that, since you can't even imagine what it's like. Since they were all drug dealers, girl, wouldn't you be exposed to crackheads on a regular basis? Wouldn't this be your lifestyle? Particularly if your mom is turning tricks, girl, in the house since you was a young child, because a lot of tricks, they use drugs, girl, and they want the girl to use drugs as well, so they can get freaky dicky, right? If this is the standard in the place where you live, hood chick, or should we just call you Mother Liberty Green? Here come Mother Liberty Green. Girl, you got some? You got some? Here's how I tell. No, she's so comfortable also with drug addicts. She has this man come to her door while she's live online just a minute. So she picks up a knife or an ice pick, and she goes down to the door and stabs him. And he says she stabbed him in the face. So she stabbed him in the face with scissors or an ice pick, and then she comes back to finish her whatever you call that shit she does, commentary, right? Now, what kind of a woman is going to hear someone ringing their doorbell and go down to the door and stab them? This is dope head shit, girl. This ain't nothing but that Bayang, honey. People don't live like that. What woman is hanging around currently with some queen ass drug addict girl who she got all around her house, all around her children? She got taken him every goddamn where. That boy's a dope fiend. We have never seen QB not high on something, right? We've never seen him not high on something, right? And they both have adopted these dark shades in their dark apartment. He's not in an apartment. He's in a room. You can see it's only like a few inches from the goddamn wall, honey. He's in the room with a hot plate. So I guess he done hooked up with her. She's the do girl. Because she done found this new hustle online where she takes that money and invested it in drugs. Probably she got ripped off. More than likely, she got ripped off for a lot of that money. Y'all keep feeding her and y'all still giving to her. And you got 5 people on there that come on and go, oh, here's another one, 5 mine. Oh, we making them mad. Yeah, girl, you making them mad. I think Rita did an excellent job at explaining and showing us what that is. Y'all making them mad. Y'all making it. And now they got that stunk creature over there trying to use the same tactic, but it's not working for her because she ain't got no titties up in the goddamn in the screen, right? Because everything goes. Basically, this is prostitution, girl. This is not much worse than phone sex or something, girl. They just come on there to see them titties. I don't know who's looking at the titties because there's not a lot of straight men hanging around here, right? But I'm gonna give me a little bit more taste. A little bit more taste. And then I wanted to talk all about the Bayang, girl. Not the old Bayang. I'm talking about the current Bayang. The drug addiction right now, girl, going on in your house. And with that nigga who you hang around with, girl, who's high all the goddamn time. He'll admit to weed, but ain't nobody, who in the hell's coming online to admit that they're a crackhead?
Swallow some.
Swap.
Trying to hide it from whatever they do. Okay.
You know what they do exactly.
If you're gonna deal crack, you are not a crack user. Now I know many.
I don't need to hear my own voice. I know my own voice.
A whole bunch of other people he could give it to, and they didn't have to be on fucking meth. What drug dealer do you know goes to jail and hands their enterprise over to one of their fucking clients? Are you dumb? Bitch, they'll give it to their sister before they give it to your ass. Okay,
so you're saying that I'm lying? I made my whole life up. So what, was I going to prison 10 times? Was that for like picnics or something? I mean, why did they keep putting you in prison for possession of sales of methamphetamine if you're not selling methamphetamine, girl? And why do you niggas still think that that's something that's some important role, girl? You calling them, she calling them the Tita Monster, calling them the D boys, and you talking about the drug dealers in the house. Girl, you still dealing with drug dealers. You are still dealing with them right now, nigga. There's only a little taste of this left. Come on, give me something.
Timothy Blaine okay tonight, Macmillian?
Is he
okay?
Okay.
See, that's a sign of an addict. They will piss on you and tell you it's raining.
Okay, what are you doing? Right. Wait a minute. That is the sign of an addict. They will piss on you and tell you it's raining. Oh, thank you, Sir Kodos. Oh, thank you. Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah. We making a man, girl. Is that not pissing on people and telling them that it's raining? Do they actually believe that they are accomplishing something by giving you gifts? Pimp, hustler, hood chick. Girl, I ain't said it. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. She just got me out of my bed today. I don't know why I wandered over there. I think that I have a spirit or angel. Somebody keeps leading me to right when these hoes are talking about me, right? Hi, Almond Brown. I just sent you a message a minute ago. Almond Brown and I are doing an audio book for Murder in the Beat Sector, right? So we're collaborating on that. So that's what I'm talking about. Oh, there's Talk with Brian. Hi, Talk with Brian. Sephora has a clone. Okay, I am Miss Red. It kills me, this thing over here trying to like she. She's unfamiliar with drug dealers and drug addicts. Did you lay down and have a baby with one drug dealer? Wasn't basically Fire Monster. Every person that you have known since you were a baby girl, every person you have known, girl, has either been on drugs or selling drugs, right? Some have become even murderers. Some became prostitutes, girl. But like you said, you're a hood chick, so it's no big thing to you. So why are you trying to come on here and pretend like, girl, that you don't know nothing about it? And then you are so suspect. What happened to all the sweat? What happened to all that sweat that was? Remember how you were just doing all this shit all the time online, girl? Did you switch drugs? Is that what it was? Because at some point you started to value ripping these people off for money more than you did for getting high, right? You started to realize, okay, if I'm going to be a working drug addict, I need to do my work first and then do my drugs. It doesn't make any sense that I'm trying to do the drugs first and then go online and then perform because it gives me strength or it gives you a boldness when you're on crack, right? So we don't know why you still got to wear dark sunglasses in your dark apartment, girl, in the middle of the daytime and at night and late at night even, girl. You still got dark shades on this thing. All we know for sure is that you hang around with QB, who is an admitted drug addict. Whether he missed what particular drug he does, girl. Point is, he's high all the goddamn time, girl. So I guess when you guys call it turning up, well, how is smoking weed turning up when you smoke weed every day? If you smoke weed from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day, then how is smoking weed turning up? No, it's not turning up, girl. It is the other thing that you do, right? Which is maybe why he puts up with your stinking ass, girl, and all your homophobic comments down through the years. You've been talking shit. Oh, down through the years. You keep talking shit. Oh, down through the years. Is it possible that you are actually his connection? Since you're such a businesswoman, you say, the Fire Monster, how can you grow up in such an environment, girl, without getting a little taste of that business? Because that's the business you've been surrounded with from the very beginning, right? So why would you walk away from all that money since you're always clamoring to get in the business, right? And why would you go down to your door, girl, and stab somebody? People don't stab people. They certainly don't stab people for ringing the doorbell, girl. Only crackheads do that. Just like that nigga chick came in and kicked QB's door off the hinges to take her purse. That's some dope fiend shit. That's crackhead shit, honey. That's some bald head hoe shit. Bald head hoe shit. These motherfuckers kill me, girl. Ooh, I can't imagine. You can imagine. Just lay your head back, girl, and think about how good it feels when you. Timmy Ring, you motherfucker! Timmy Ring! Girl. When she fuels up. Fine, maybe sit your ass down, girl. If anybody gonna be on here talking about dope and dope fiends, girl, you'd be the very last one, hood chick. You a hood chick. You dedicated to the game, girl. Now, I don't know how you was a hood chick with all that telling.
You will see the foam in her mouth. You can smell the funk coming through the computer. You could see the hair under her arm. And she will sit and tell you. You could see her hit mute when she pull up. She hit that motherfucking mute button so fast when
She talking about Rita now again, of course. So Rita did a parody on the hoe. And she thinks it's a great big old deal. Oh, Rita did perks. She did perks. Girl, that is not the issue. The issue is why are you doing crack? Or what drug have you switched over to now, which doesn't allow you to sweat so profusely, girl? Have you gotten off the dope? You couldn't say that you're clean and sober because you never admitted to being a drunk or alcoholic in the first goddamn place, right? But we see you drinking alcohol. So if you are an addict and a drunk, you shouldn't be drinking anything. You shouldn't be doing anything that affects you from the head up, right? But yet you have this drug addict come over to the girl to kick it and hang around your house all goddamn day. Fire Monster, you are a sea of contradiction. I don't know why you think you have to come over here and say this other thing. What's the name? The teacher talk. You niggas still in bondage, girl. You still trying to figure out a way to get high, aren't you, Fire Monster? You're still trying to figure out a way to get your ass on here, and you talk about other people's addiction. We can see that this is common on YouTube, right? People who too fat, they want to come and talk about fat people. People who are dope fiends themselves, they want to talk about other dope fiends, girl. Even though they were dope fiends 20, 30 years ago, they find that fascinating, but they have nothing to say about their current drug addiction. Because you're a hook, girl. You are on that Bayang. You are a Bayang addict because you would have to be. Because what have you done with $100,000 in one goddamn year and you can't even get together enough money to buy a house? You said you own 2 properties, girl, and you done collected $100,000, girl, and you still can't get your punk ass in a house? I would think, even though you ain't got no job, that if you came up with a couple of $100,000, girl, and you had 2 properties you could sell, maybe you can pull a couple of $100 out of that bullshit you call condos, whatever, girl. They don't look no different than this. They look the same. But anyway, you call them condos, right? Can you sell them, girl? And can you get it up enough together to make such a significant down payment that you can actually get this child out of this goddamn ghetto you live in, girl? We call it the ghetto because we took pictures on your patio and we saw the whole goddamn siding falling off the motherfucker. We wonder, what the hell kind of living is that, girl? It only happens in the ghetto, girl. Because if it was a real condo building, your homeowner association, girl, would not allow you to have a balcony falling off the building, girl, because it drags the prices down on all property value down on all the other units, girl. They would not allow you to have this goddamn siding falling off in sheets on this patio, girl, but the patio's falling down and it's all rusted out. Because it's all rusted out, that means it was not painted last year or the year before that. Rust takes years of neglect. Years of neglect, girl. Right? The Fire Monster? So, okay, you don't do no drugs. You don't know what you're talking about. You can't imagine such a thing, right? I want you to imagine your goddamn checkbook or your bank book. You ain't gonna show it to us. That's ridiculous to even ask. I want you to look at it for yourself, girl. And I want you to say, girl, what did I do with all that money? Woo! Bang! That bang! Oh, I'm living my life on the bang. Girl looking good. I came out here and talked about her ragged ass computer 2 days ago, right? Now she's on a new camera. Girl, I hope I didn't force you to go out there and buy a camera. I hope I didn't, like I did your curtains. I hope I didn't force you to go out there and buy a camera. You can't work. Let me see if I got one. 5 months, let me donate you a camera, girl. I got 3 or 4 of them around here. Bye, Monster. Bye, Monster. Hi, people. I've been so neglectful. Hi, Miss Sherry. I am Miss Red. Okay, I think I speak to you. Okay. Miss Thang. Hi, Miss Thang. Y'all looking all lovely in your thumbnails and things. Y'all need to talk to T to talk. Y'all need to go over there woman to woman and talk to T to talk, girl. Say, look, girl, look how lovely I look. You can't even put a picture together for your thumbnail, girl. I mean, how much stress does that cause you, girl? You should be able to hold them in your mouth that long. Need to talk. Say, I'm not Maybelline. Out there living her life on Bayang. Woo! Girl, she ain't gonna stop at Bayang until she can't afford it no more, right? So when y'all say is rolling doing good is having money in your bank, right? Having yourself the home you always dreamed of, having yourself the vehicles you've always wanted, sending your kids to private school, right? For a drug addict like her, how can I pull it off where I do not appear to be a drug addict so I can continue to get my money? See, that's how hustlers think. That's how hood chicks think, girl, right? That's the only way she gave up getting high right on screen, right? But as soon as she clicks off, girl, she's going to handle her business, as you might imagine. Oh, dope fiend, girl. Like all these goddamn people with all this drug history can't recognize a dope fiend when we see one. A drug addict. I don't know what she's been doing lately. I don't know when that sweat stopped. That crack was making her sweat like a fucking pig. So either she's doing it after she gets off, or she simply switched drugs. Now we talk about crack a lot, but really crack is kind of in the past. That's not the current epidemic right now, right? There are still people who smoke crack and all that kind of stuff, but you'll notice in the streets, you're not going to see nearly the kind of crackheads you saw in the 80s, 90s. You just ain't going to see it. I mean, I guess probably those ghettos where she goes back to visit her old friends, you might see it there. But basically, that drug is kind of passe. Now they have all these other kind of drugs which are killing them, fentanyl, and all these drugs, and heroin is had a resurgence. All these kind of drugs, right? But basically, she could be on a whole range of things that we don't know about, girl. All we know is she's still sitting in a dark room with dark shades on. Do you know one of the things that used to piss me off about addicts? Because you got to deal with them basically in the night. We all came out at night, right? I said, man, if you're going to talk to me, take them goddamn dark glasses off, because the cops are on their way. And sure enough, they go up a block, they got the dark shades on, and they get pulled over. Why? Because why in the fuck would you need sunglasses in the middle of the goddamn night? It's a dead giveaway. You're making the spot hot. Oh, you don't understand? I think it's a good idea to get the fuck out of my face. That's it. If you're that stupid on dope, honey, you're going to get you busted and me busted, girl. She insists on wearing her glasses. Lord have mercy. What else is going on, people? Anything? I just wandered in. I think I do have it's an angel, the Holy Ghost. Why would the Holy Ghost be interested in this bullshit? It's got to be some kind of spirit, or maybe it's ESP. Maybe that's what it is. ESP. I don't spend a lot of time watching no Fire Monster, right? But somehow or other, I made it all the way to the end. I said, well, goddamn, half the video is about me. How did this happen? How the hell I find out about it, girl? Let me see if I got one more little taste over here. Let me see if I can find me one more little taste. So knock her in her goddamn head before we close out with a bayang.
Walk up to the window and put that phone down so fast so you can't see her pass that money out that window and get that shit. She do all that in your face and then tell you, I'm not on no personal mode. Only an addict will tell you meth is better than crack. Bitch.
So her impression is, I was saying that meth was better than crack, right? Girl, what horse shit? It's all garbage, girl. It's all born of Satan, girl. What in the hell is that? I'm trying to. You ask me questions, and I'm giving you the answers, girl. If you can't handle the answers because you don't feel like it shows you in a brighter light, girl, that's on you, Miss Fire Monster. If you still want to smoke crack, girl, and you feel like it's important that you establish that meth is not better than crack, or crack is not better than heroin, and heroin is not better, whatever you're hooked on, girl. Hooked is hooked. Hooked is hooked, girl. You think these people who are dropping dead from fentanyl right now, girl, feel like, oh, well, fentanyl's not as bad as heroin. Oh, it's heroin. Oh, we better than the crack dealers. Oh, we better than the crackheads, girl. When they come and put them handcuffs on your black ass, girl, they don't give a goddamn. Oh, we found some meth, or we found some heroin, or we found some coke, or we found some fentanyl. They don't give a goddamn, bitch. They're a controlled substance. Possession of an uncontrolled substance. Right? It all gets you the same amount of time, bitch. Well, actually, they were giving crackheads a little more time from their prejudice and bigotry. Mm-hmm. But she feels like she had to come over here and defend the Tita Talk. How much is the Tita Talk donating, girl? Because everything's a donation for you.
Are you okay?
Mm.
Are you okay? Kids,
that wig is what ain't okay, girl.
Stay in school. Honor your parents and pray every day. Get into it. Now let's.
Fine Monster, get off that shit, girl. That shit is scrambling your brain, girl. Your life has become not what it actually is, but what you can convince these people it is, girl. It's all performance art, right? So that's why I wanted to celebrate Rita and her skit, because I think it kind of give you a visual of what is actually going on over there, girl. And guess what, people? Guess what? The Babe Nation. Oh, we so smart. The Pop Ape said we smart. We gonna send her. I think I'm gonna send her a fur coat, girl. You're gonna send her a $69 fur coat. Okay. Whatever, girl. That thing is a mess, child. Girl, that should be the last thing you want to talk about, Fire Monster. And Fire Monster, how are we doing on that situation with those loans, girl? Are they still doing raids? You don't say much about that. You don't say anything about anything, girl, that is affecting you in your personal life, girl. We know they've got to be quite a bit going on there, girl. If they have paperwork showing that you have ripped the government off time and time and time and time again, girl, I even had testimony on here where the people, Leah's family, her other part of her family, the family of the deceased man, have come and said, oh, she hounded us so bad for his Social Security. She wanted his death certificate. And we finally had to say, no, just go, just leave us alone, right? Because they were mourning the death of their son. She was more concerned with the money. We know that about you, Fire Monster. We know about your obsession with money, right? And how you a businesswoman, girl. And then you also a hood chick, girl. And you've been surrounded by drug dealers all your goddamn life. And the man's death is still shrouded in mystery, girl. Shrouded in mystery. So much so that you had to go on a high-speed chase around Chicago thinking people were coming to kill you. Now, why would you have that much guilt, girl, if you hadn't actually done anything? Because they were saying that, girl, we think she had something to do with it. You take off on a high-speed chase. Explain that, Fire Monster. Right? Don't bring your black ass over here, girl. You're going to try to rile and shake the cages, girl. And next you're going to be talking, you're going to dox somebody, girl. Your cowardly ass. Right? I think you ought to work on one thing, Fire Monster, before anything else. You need to stop all this snitching and telling, girl. Because if your life is what you have described to us, hood chick, maybe you shouldn't be presenting yourself as the Chicago snitch. Maybe that just ain't a good look for you, girl. Girl, you're in danger. You're in danger, girl. Get your ass together, Bayang woman. Oh, thank you, Danica. Danica Jed. Oh, so cute. Thank you. I love Uncle Tim. You made my day tonight. They love talking about your punk ass, Fire Monster. How long does it take to move into a house, girl? She told us that the boxes were packed up. How in the hell you gonna pack the boxes up and put them by the door, girl? And you ain't got no goddamn loan. You ain't got approved for nothing, girl. And then when they tell your ass no, you don't even acknowledge it, girl. All of a sudden, the conversation just leave the house alone. They'll forget about it. Right? But that was your talking point for 6 months, girl. You were on your way out. You even had the audacity to pull up pictures of other people's real estate, girl, and tell us that this is what you were moving into. Do you remember the pictures, Spy Monster? Do you remember showing us the houses, Spy Monster, that you were moving into? So if you lie about that, if you will just make up some shit and go pick a picture of lying, girl, and say that you were moving into this house, what makes us think that you're not lying about these mortgages, girl? Right? I think most people believe you bought that piece of shit in your building, the 1-bedroom, girl. Soon after you got out of service because you had a VA loan, right? I think they think that possibly she bought that damn thing. It was probably what? I mean, it only sells for less than 100,000 now. So back then, what would it sell for? $30,000, $40,000, girl. And you just held on to that as long as you could. And then when you went on your escape from the police, and they put you in a mental institution and a drug program, you came back and realized, okay, I need a new apartment, and they need to approve this apartment. So, right. So I can't get away with living in the 1-bedroom anymore. I got to have something that is officially called a 2-bedroom, although I never showed either other bedroom. So we're imagining that you have one of those little closet conversion type bedrooms for the child, or you push yourself in the closet, whatever. The condition is not that great, but we think strongly that it is a rental. It is a rental. If you actually own that thing and you were going to put it on the market, I doubt you'll be painting all your walls dark purple a month before you're supposed to move. That never made any sense, the Fire Monster. So now we see you done bought your new piece of furniture. You bought an additional piece of plastic furniture. I shouldn't say, I mean, that's what they sell these days. I guess I'm behind. I guess your couch is like those tennis shoes that light up. You know, the tennis they're usually on children. I guess some grown niggas got them too, with the heel lights up. This is what kind of furniture you got. You've added another piece now. Because first I thought, well, she obviously has rearranged her living room because she's actually trying to show the living room now, right? Then I realized, wait a minute. She had a couch in there back up against the purple wall. Now the couch is no longer on the purple wall. The couch is in front of that dark window with the dark curtains in front of it and the dark sash in the middle and everything dark. She's pushed the couch over to that wall. And then she's got a new love seat on the wall that had the couch. So now she's got two of them. Girl, you'll get your ass out somewhere, Miss Pie Monster. Keep my name out your mouth, ho. Girl, what you come over here fucking with me for? Am I fucking with you? Next you're gonna be calling my name. I'm gonna call the neighbors. I'm gonna call the bank. I'm gonna call somebody. Somebody gonna answer the phone. Yes. Yes, Chicago is a mess. Well, we hear about Chicago on the news every other day, you know. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in a place like that calling myself the Chicago snitch. She had a whole scene of her baby daddy last night. Oh, she's adding more details, girl. Honey, I don't know if she was guilty or not, but she had a strong suspicion that a whole lot of people in that Chicago hood, where she was the hood chick, were gonna get that ass, girl. She wouldn't stop it, not even for the police. Why would you feel that way, Fire Monster? When I did crime, yeah, I felt guilty. I felt guilty coming out of them stores, shit, because I just stole something, girl. But if I was a regular person coming out of goddamn Macy's, girl, I wasn't gonna feel nothing. I put my bags in my car and leave, right? But if you done stole something, girl, you coming out of there with fear and trembling. Fear and trembling, girl. You walking faster, and when you get a little space in there, you're looking. Oh, I got something. You're looking back, girl. And then when you get a little bit further, girl, then you hit that sprint, bitch. Why? Because you stole. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Yeah, Betty White, my dog looked happy and content, but what happened to the other dog? Now I have to have a tender moment here. Didn't that fire monster come in there and tell me she had bought that child a dog? What a poor innocent little puppy. What was it? The dog barked when you didn't want to hear him bark, fire monster? What happened to the dog? And what happened to the other dog you had that Demi did it? Demi did it, and her mother gave you another dog. And they said you took care of the dog so poorly that they had to take their dog back just out of mercy for the dog. And so now you introduce this other dog a couple of months ago, a little puppy, an innocent little puppy. And the child seemed to like the little puppy. But we all know when you buy a puppy for a child, you have to train the dog and you have to train the child because the child has got to learn how to take care of the dog. So you can't just get mad. Oh, what's that on the floor? What's that on the floor? I'm getting rid of the dog. No, that's not how you handle that, girl. The dog has to be trained, housebroken, and so does the child. The child has to learn the responsibility. My feeling is the child is learning the responsibility of caring for something. So when it comes time for them to have their own families, they already know how to take responsibility. A pet teaches you responsibility. The pet has to poop. The pet has to eat. The pet can't run out of food. The pet has to have treats and things. The pet if they chew on tennis shoes, they have to be broken by that by giving them something else to chew on, girl. So what happened to that dog? The poor baby. Have you seen him? What's the dog name? Y'all know? Tell me, have you seen him? Why, oh, why did she have to hurt that little dog? Oh, yeah. Oh, I've been used to having my dog to care for. Now I'm lost. Baby, I'm lost. Woo. Girl, you're supposed to love that child. How could you put a defenseless child? Did you give him to a relative or something? I don't know about them relatives of yours, girl. I don't know if dog be in any better shape. You should never have taken on the responsibility, Miss Fire Monster. That tells us if you can't even take care of a pet. I mean, we don't know how you got to where you are now, but more than likely, your early parenting wasn't that great either. If you're willing to throw him away so quickly, it was just a little puppy, girl. Right? What did you do to that dog? Can you come over and answer that? Seems like all the questions people have about you, you just let them drift away, right? You don't ever actually answer the questions. You have never answered the question or addressed the question about you being in the mental institution. You ain't told us about being in the drug program. You ain't told about what actually happened to your baby daddy. You ain't told us what happened to that man, girl, who wanted to play in your ass, girl, in the supermarket. Somebody just bump into you. You only talk to crackheads that way, girl. You ain't told us about your own addiction, girl. When are you gonna come and make an announcement? I want to say something. I'm a drug addict. That is the beginning. First day of the rest of your life, the Fire Monster. Right? And you're gonna say, yes, I was lying when I made up the story about my former addiction. It is not former addiction. It's something I'm dealing with right now. Correct? Come and try to be honest about something, the Fire Monster, and take your mind off of them donations, girl. Right? You everything is not for money, the Fire Monster. Right? Think about, am I doing the right thing? Am I focusing on the wrong things? Because I'm unable to get out of this rat trap that I've been in for, you said 20 years, or I guess you've been in the building for 20 years, since you were 20 years old, whatever. We know that, people come out of the military, they can buy a house. Correct. So we kind of have to assume that, well, maybe she acquired it that way. But shouldn't you be ready to get rid of that now and then actually get you a great big old chunk of money? But I just don't believe that a normal person, I'm not talking about people who fly all over the world and anything like that, could go through, it seems like $100,000 in 1 year, all donated to her, girl. And she ain't got none of it left. Nothing at all to show for it. The car ain't cost you nothing. You got that on credit, right? Then you have a big bow on it. Fine monster. Mm-hmm. All right, people. But she's speaking on addict. The nerve, girl. The nerve. Okay, talk about mine 20 years ago. Let's talk about yours today. Where do you stand today, the fine monster? You hideous creature. You hideous monster. Coming on here like you a beauty queen, girl. You just look you came on here looking just like Auntie Hammy, girl. But you decided that you can get more donations, girl, if you fix yourself up. And then them girls had to show you how to put makeup on your face and push your titties up, girl. Because you remember what's going on, right? Remember when your titties were hanging low? They were dragging on the floor. You caught them titties in your back screen, though. Are your titties hanging low? Are they dragging on the floor? Did you catch them titties in your back screen, though? Girl, when Tommy Sotomayor did the original version of that song, I could have fell through my floor. Bitch, I laughed so hard when that boy brought on the titty song, honey. Because at that time, it reflected your breast. So now somebody has finally taught you, 40 years old, how to go and get a substantial brassiere, girl. Since this is something that you're going to be poking out in front of everybody. And then she got them titties lifted up, girl. She went crazy. Now she up here in her drawers, girl. Oh, give me this. Oh, give me that. Give me this, girl. If you're not buying anything, why am you? Where's the 100,000, girl? That's what the government wants to know. And you say, oh, I'll give it back. I can give some back this week, and I'll give some back next month. They said, but ma'am, are you admitting you defrauded the government out of nearly $100,000? That don't even count all the shit she gets from these fools, right? And fools, y'all better get ready. It is the holiday season. Thanksgiving is in what, tomorrow? The day after Thanksgiving. The list. How you gonna have a list and they've been given to you every day for the last year, girl? You never stopped begging from the goddamn last Christmas. You came on the day after Christmas and continue begging, and they continue giving to her. Oh, we gonna make them mad. Look at that. They mad, y'all. Look at that. They mad. I think Rita got it right. And I think you need to pay attention, girl. Maybe you are to say, you know what? Like for me, for instance, I've always had a lot of shit. I enjoy going and buying stuff, things, right? I'm what you call a maximist as opposed to a minimalist. I've always had a lot of stuff, right? I don't need nothing. I can say, you know what? What I need to do is give away shit, girl. I don't need anything. When are you going to reach that saturation, babe? When you tell these girls, you know, that's enough. You guys have done enough. I don't need not one more blouse. I don't need no new pair of panties. I don't need no more brassieres. Y'all take that money, girl, and put it in your children's college fund, girl. Help your son get his first car. Do something for your family. Because I know these men are not happy about this shit, girl. If any of them women over there got men, I'm sure they would be up. They would blow a gasket if they know that she's over there giving away their hard-earned money to some fool on YouTube. And she just keeps taking it and taking it and taking it and giving it. I don't want to get into the thing about training a child that way, that they expect to get all these gifts from strangers. I don't even want to think about the implications there. But I can't help it. That's why I don't fuck with her. Because I wish she would leave me alone. So goodbye, monster, you hideous creature. It is the Bayang. Thanks for coming in, you guys. Smoked up 100 grand in crack. I've seen it happen, honey. Richard Pryor went through $10 million. If Richard Pryor can go through 10 million smoking crack, I'm sure she can work her ass through 100,000. Hi, The Smart Show. Yeah, I just popped in for me. I pop in on people every once in a while. I hope I didn't ruin your show, though. You know, your uncle gets your uncle gets a little loose in his spirit, you know. Yeah, it was interesting to come over there, though. I actually learned something new. I didn't know smelling crack. Girl, she was telling the way she was giving that thing about crack and getting in your pores and all that. I said, girl, this is somebody who has worked there. She was having them on dragging titties, girl. She said, I guess she was with this man since she was in her early 20s, girl. She was the one walking around in there, girl. And maybe that's how she's explaining how sometimes I didn't do nothing wrong. I was just baking the crack and I got hooked. She said them, some people. I don't know no people like that, girl. I don't know nobody working no crack dens, girl. You do. Hood chick. I'm your pusher. Hey. Not your mama, not your daddy. I'm that nigga in the alley. I'm your doctor when you need. You want some coke? Got some weed. You know me? I'm your friend. Your main boy, thick and thin. I'm your fire baby. She might be a QB's a connection. Because he got his nose so far up in her ass, girl, that you can probably see the tip of his nose up in her mouth. That's how far he's up in her ass. So she might keep him on a leash, girl, with them drugs, because he can't even appear anywhere in life without being high on something. Dark shades, middle of the goddamn night. They need to start wearing those KN masks. Keep all those crack fumes out. She said it gets all saturated in their skin, she said. She speaks definitely from experience, honey. Of course she knows it. If you were raised in a house of prostitution, girl, and everybody in your family is a crack dealer or crack user, of course you know it. Your husband is a crack dealer. Your boyfriend is a crack dealer. Everybody, your goddamn builder's a crack dealer. People, you feel so comfortable that you can go down to your front door and stab somebody in the face, girl, and just come back and finish your show. That's crack behavior, girl. That's drug addicts. Only drug addicts do shit like that, girl. Right? Open the door, just stab them in the face. These people something else, child. She did a whole monologue, a whole Monteith. Y'all go over there and read Rita's. That's one today. Today she's talking about burning books today, but yesterday that tickled me. It really cracked me up though, because that is just what it's like, girl. Why she reels these people in, telling them how they are really having an effect on all the haters, girl. Give me some more. Ooh, give me that 100. Ooh, that made them mad, girl. Ooh, y'all make them more money. Y'all want to make them more mad? Y'all want to make them more mad? And then she sits there and collect all the money. Idiots. She got some of them on there going there 4 or 5 times in one video, girl, to donate money to her. That's that pimping shit, honey. That's that pimp shit. That's that bald head pimp shit. All right, people. Time to get to the day. It looks like it's nice out there today. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll come in and say hello to you later.